6:52. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Here's the star of the show here. Check it out. If you want an example of someone who can seamlessly blend his musical talents with comedy, please look no further than our next guest. Talking about you, Sean Cullen, founding member, Corky and the Juice Pigs. We were trying to figure out who was a Juice Pig, who was Corky.
Well, there were no, it was no hierarchy. Corky was kind of like Charlie from Charlie's Angels.
Right.
He was always on the voice, telephone, whatever you call them.
On the speakerphone.
Voice telephone, that's what I call it.
Sean, also you'll remember a finalist on Last Comic Standing, an actor, comedian, star of stage and screen.
Wow.
Sean Cullen. It's really nice to have you here.
It's nice to be here. What a delight.
You do so much stuff.
Yes.
Can you pinpoint something that is the most gratifying to you?
Well,
I mean, you're here this
doing
weekend
what
doing
I'm doing this week.
Stand up.
Stand up. It's the most fun and most immediate. You know, you get to be with the crowd, and it's like I've always thought that stand up is like a conversation you're having.
Yeah.
You with hundreds of people. So that I like that, and it comes back really quickly. Theater's harder. It's a different thing because you have to say the same thing every day.
I was wondering about that because I mean, the added challenge is, I guess, to make it different for yourself or try to inject something. But, you know, if you're doing 8 shows a week for an entire season.
And other people are depending on you to say the same thing every day.
There's that. And there are scripts that have been written. And
they're like, the lights didn't come on because you didn't say that. The iceberg didn't come from the side of the stage because you weren't where you're supposed to be. But you're not allowed to do that.
You've done some, I mean, enormous shows. Stratford, producers.
I did the producers. I'm just about to do a new show called First Wives Club. And we're doing, we're going to New York to rehearse it, and then we're putting it up in Chicago at the Oriental Theater. And so I'm doing that. And it's fun.
Okay, so you're good at everything that we've seen you do. Is there anything that you're not so good at that you've tried?
You know, look, I'm not ripped. I'm not a ripped man.
You know, many of us are not.
Pumped. You know, but I think I could play in the CFL. Like, you look at guys, and it's just, at that point, you just don't care. You eat as much as you want. And you just got to get in the way.
There are some big boys for sure.
I can do that, but I'm very short, so I don't think they'd like me there.
What's your position on football? Because I know, I came here from Toronto. In Toronto, there's so much going on. People don't pay that much attention to the Argos. Here out west, we love our CFL.
Well, I love the Argos. I think I love the CFL because it's something, even more than hockey, it's something specifically Canadian, with weird Canadian rules. And Canadians get behind it in a way that's insane, you know? Like the world, if you have ever been to Grey Cup weekend, and I'm sure you probably have somewhere, it is insane. People go, it's like nothing you've ever seen. And I don't know, NFL, it is so glitzy and enormous. And I think CFL is very approachable in a different way. And the fans are such a huge part of the team. And, you know, it's amazing. And it's local. The local people own the team usually, which I think is a big benefit. Yeah,
I mean, we don't do things in that way in Canada the way they do. That sort of leads me to...
And often we aren't killing people. I think it's the difference between us and the NFL is the stakes are lower. You know, we're not murdering people.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Thankfully. I want to talk about something you did in the States at Last Comic Standing. I wonder for you, because I know how those shows work. It's a very artificial kind of fishbowl experience, especially when you have somebody who has such a career under their belt and then you're sort of being judged in front of a lot of people. But were you able to just kind of throw all that out the window and just do your comedy, or does other stuff affect you?
Comedy was one of the last things we were doing.
Interesting.
You know, it was just following us around, making us uncomfortable and wherever we were, and making us feel like we were worthless. And the weird thing about that reality show is that most reality shows, people have no talents whatsoever.
Right.
And they're just put into like, you're going to be living in a submarine for 18 months. And you can't leave. But with all of us, we're professionals who were paid for what we do.
Right.
And then you have all that taken away and you're stuck in you had to sleep in IKEA bunk beds that are meant for children. But all of us, our backs were broken by the time we were out of that house. It was ridiculous. But I don't know. It was a fun...
You would have regretted not doing it,
well, yeah,
right?
Of course.
That's the thing.
I tried my best not to do it. I said, I had auditioned the year before, and I thought, and I hadn't been chosen. I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I getting up to be told I'm not funny by people I don't know? I can get that anywhere, and it doesn't have to be on television.
Well, I guarantee you the audience in Calgary will know you are
I know.
funny because
We're going to be at the Laugh Stop, and it's hilarious there.
Laptop at
Stop.
the Blackfoot Inn.
Call
That's
it
okay.
the Stop.
You
I
don't
call it the
really
Stop.
need. We just need to let them know where to
It's
go.
early in the morning.
You don't need to know because you're just going to be there.
For me, the laughs
hopefully-
never stop.
And no bunk beds at
It's
the
a
Blackfoot.
shop
at the
as
Blackfoot.
well. Bring your your goods, food goods, like dry food goods.
Yeah?
We'll give them to someone.
Breakfasttelevision.ca for
I'll
more
give you
information.
bring a dried food good, and I'll give it to anyone.
Sean
At
Cullen,
the Laugh
everybody.
Stop. Wait a minute. Shop.
Sean Cullen, really nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Andy,
Here we went
Yes.
on.
there you are.
Well, I was